talking about, and you had some strong points when we talk about Mitch McConnell contradicting himself. So I mean, why don't we talk about that, because that's really something where it's expected, right? I mean, he's going to say one thing, and because when it's not in favor of his party, when it's in favor of his party, he's going to say something else, totally changing his mind. But they're calling him out on that, and he's on video and everything, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, so I actually went back. I mean, I obviously knew about all of this prior, but I only knew kind of the broad strokes, which was basically, he obstructed and was like, I don't care. We're not going to even allow a hearing of your guy. And his whole rationale was, there's going to be an election a year from now. And whoever that next president should be, the people should have a voice in deciding, who gets to be on the Supreme Court. It shouldn't be some lame duck president who's not going to be president again a year from now. It wasn't like it was September 23rd. We are now. It was not like it's September 23rd and the election's 40 days away. We're talking, the next president wasn't getting sworn in for nearly a year.
Mm-hmm.
But his whole rationale was, Obama's going to be gone. He shouldn't really be allowed to choose who the nominee is or who the justice is going to be.
Right.
And so, and of course, now that was the rationale. Now it's obviously a complete 180. So I went back and I actually wanted to see what he had said about it because I was curious. I knew the broad strokes, but I was curious about the specifics of what he said. And this kind of tells you everything that you need to know about politics in this country and, the status quo, and especially the people who are, career politicians and the ones who want to stay in power. And, they're all just full of shit. It's really not about, there are really no guiding principles. It's really all about, as you said, staying in power, and winning for your team. Like it's a team sport, unfortunately. Where we are a nation of, sports lovers, and we've kind of turned politics into a team sport where it's all or nothing. So anyway, I found two very interesting quotes. The first was right around the time that all of this, brouhaha was going on with Obama. And he said, the quote is, the American people are about to weigh in on who is going to be president. Again, we're talking almost a year from when he made these comments, but they're about to weigh in on who's going to be the president, and that person, whoever that may be, is who should make this appointment. Okay, so that was March of that year, March of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, fine, that's your reason. That's not really the reason, but we'll swallow it because we have to swallow it. Later on that same year, in a speech in Kentucky to his supporters, he said, "One of my proudest moments was when I looked Barack Obama in the eye and I said, Mr. President, you will not fill the Supreme Court vacancy."
Is that really what he said?
That's what he said.
That's
now,
great.
That tells you everything that you need to know about the state of politics in this country. One of his proudest moments. This is his own words. One of his proudest moments was not participating in the government to which he was elected. It was in obstructing it. And let's be clear about that, because this isn't like, it's a Republican Senate and it's a Democratic president, and so we're not going to approve whoever you put in front of us. They didn't even give him a hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So the process wasn't even honored. They could have easily just done, like a show trial for this guy, and at the end of it been like, you know what, screw you, like they did with Bork. That's something that. I don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole, but the point being, like, they didn't even honor the process, and that he was proud of not honoring the process. He was proud of that. He said it himself. One of my proudest moments. So for him to now be saying, you know what, we're united now. The reason why that we didn't do it in 2016 was because we were divided. We had a Democratic president and a Republican Senate, and the people weren't unified. And, that's the reason why. And now the people are unified. We have a Republican president and a Republican Senate. And so, now the people have spoken, and therefore we must, go forward with whoever Trump picks. And it's a bunch of BS. It just flat out is. I mean, you can't look at the facts and argue otherwise.